This boy is happily delivering gifts to his neighbors. But this scene was spotted by a patrolling police officer. He thought the boy had stolen someone's belongings. The officer rushed to grab the boy's cart full of gifts. The boy got scared. He tried to walk around the officer, but the officer pinned him against the cart. He was thrown straight into jail. The boy was terrified. He didn't understand what he had done wrong. Luckily, a kind police officer noticed him. The officer not only offered him a hamburger but also took him to a basketball game. Meanwhile, the officer who arrested him had to write a report apologizing for his actions. The boy who was disliked by everyone was named James. Although he looked like he was in his 30s, his mental age was only 5. Everyone around him looked down on him, but James never held it against them. His only hobby was watching sports. Whenever he passed by a stadium, he couldn't help but stop and watch. This time, however, he saw a football player outside the field asking him to throw the ball in, but James misunderstood the player's request. He picked up the ball and put it in his cart to take it away. The player, panicking, complained to the coach, but the coach didn't seem to care. In fact, he seemed to like the boy. The player, however, was furious. They locked James up and started throwing footballs at the door to scare him. Fortunately, Coach Jones arrived just in time to stop them. He scolded the players who had misbehaved. When the coach finally opened the door, James's eyes were filled with tears. Seeing the coach approach, James thought the coach was there to bully him just like the others. He begged him over and over. It wasn't until the coach used a knife to cut the tape binding him that James realized the coach meant no harm. Slowly, he calmed down. The next day, Coach Jones waited on the road where James would pass by. When James saw the coach approaching, he cautiously handed over the football he had found yesterday. But the coach said he wasn't there to take the ball. He just wanted to apologize for what had happened the day before. And he invited James to watch a football game with him. James didn't say anything. He silently pushed his shopping cart and walked away. He was afraid of being hurt again. But one day, the coach found James hiding behind a fence watching the game. This time, with a hamburger and a soda, he won James's trust. The next day, Coach Jones took James into the stadium and made him his assistant. To help James integrate with the team, the coach took him to a professional league game. Though James couldn't play, the fans in the stands could always hear his cheers with the cheerleaders. He also recorded every reason for the team's losses and helped the players train. Even though the team had lost 3 games in a row, James's positive attitude always fired up the players. Eventually, the team went on a winning streak and made it to the season finals. On the day of an away game, the team had to travel to another school. But since James wasn't a student there, he wasn't allowed to ride the school bus. So James was left alone at the school. Though his mental age was that of a 5-year-old, his passion for football was no different than anyone else's. The rain continued all night. James didn't go home. He turned on the radio to listen to the team's game. Even though he couldn't cheer them on in person, he stayed with them in his own way.